Hello YouTube, this is TQuizzle. SenpaiChan is back after our winter break, and this week we're going to be doing book reviews. The book that I have been reading is called Ashes by Ilsa J. Bick. I read it a few years ago, but I've been rereading it because the last book just came out. So basically, it's about this girl. Her name's Alex, and she was going on a hike through the woods when suddenly something happened, and they don't really know what it was. But anyway, whatever happened made everyone in the world turn into zombies. So it's basically a zombie book. It was my first zombie book I ever read. It was pretty much the first book that I read that had any type of gore in it at all. So when I read it, it really freaked me out. But I mean, now it's nothing compared to The Walking Dead and American Psycho and Game of Thrones. Oh, okay, so one thing I really like about this book is that the main character isn't completely annoying. I mean, it's a teenager book, so I mean, she has that sort of, how young adult novels write characters, but she's not completely stupid, and yeah, she's okay, so I like her. And then there's obviously a dude named Tom, and of course there's going to be a romance, but it's not the main part of the story. It's hardly ever mentioned at all in the first one, which I enjoyed. So anyway, something else I like about it is that there's okay, so the main three characters, it's Alex, Tom, and then this girl, Ellie, and then halfway through, Tom and Alex get separated from Ellie, and you have no idea what happens to her for the rest of the story, even into the second one, and I enjoyed that because I thought that was kind of realistic to an actual zombie apocalypse. If you get separated, you're probably never going to see each other again. And then Alex and Tom have to get separated, and then she doesn't know what happens to him. So anyway, I kind of like that. I like how at the end he didn't appear over a mountaintop and they didn't run into each other's arms. But one thing that really makes this book, it loses 10 well-written points because of this, is they just they throw in these awful, gross, cheesy romance lines. Seriously, Tom and Alex, they hardly have a romance at all, and then he just grabs her face and he's like, "Alex, I was in the woods looking for my fate. I know that I found it." It's just so disgusting. It makes me cringe. Why do you have to write awful things like that? There are much better ways to do things like that. Oh, something else is that Alex, she has this brain tumor, but then after the world goes crazy, she gets the ability to smell super well, which was kind of different. And so she's able to smell the rotting flesh of the zombies as they come by, which is a good thing for her group. And I guess that's it. I don't really know how to review books. Ugh. Oh, the back description? It sounds really awful. I'll read it. The air was a welter of odors. Ellie's fear, that charry sweet stench, her own peculiar perfume of sweat and anxiety, and that dead meat stink that pillowed through the woods like ashy gray smoke. Slowly, carefully, Alex dropped to her knees, the cold earth biting through her hiking pants. Ellie didn't move a muscle. Wordlessly, Alex followed the girl's horrified gaze, and then her blood turned to slush. "No," she thought. "No, please God, I'm not seeing this." So at least the back doesn't have a whole bunch of stuff like Twilight did. There were 3 things I knew. I was in love with Edward, Edward was a vampire, and Edward was attractive, and I was in love with him so much. So anyway, yeah, I would say that book is surprisingly good for a young adult novel. So that's all for this video. Bye, guys!